Okay, so this one probably will be a little bit quicker. This one is a question from a reader, or a viewer, sorry, Waleed Hantash, so thanks for that. He was asking a question regarding one of my videos on opposite types. And so Waleed asks, why do you think he loves you and what makes him attracted to you? So again, I can't speak for my ISFP, I keep forgetting, husband, but I can maybe postulate on some things that I think might be something that is attractive to him. So again, I am not an expert on the MBTI. It's more just through some research and applying it to my experiential learning. However, what I have noticed is that both my partner and I are inferior feeling. So the idea there is we don't have this emotive line of communication when we talk. And again, I've spoken before, we were friends and colleagues beforehand, so we have a long history before we actually became partners. So with this though, we establish the baseline for respect. And what I've noticed with my husband and with myself is that respect is paramount. It is an intuitive piece for us. We know that we have to ensure respect and make sure that we show that to each other. And if that is not being displayed, that's usually a sign that communication has to happen because someone's needs are not being met on either side. So one thing my husband has brought up is the attraction towards intelligence. And I would be interested to hear what other INTJs have to say for females, but I would never have thought, I wouldn't know the difference between one intelligence or another. I think everyone has kind of got their own type of intelligence. Yes, there are ones that are extremely overt in their intellectual prowess, and there are also ones that come across as flighty. And I speak to actually a perfect example who is very interesting is the Dolly Parton. So Dolly Parton, with the idea that she comes across with her persona that she's constructed as being flighty, blonde, dumb, whatever. However, she has written multiple songs across multiple genres. She keeps it quiet. When you look at her quotes are very, very intelligent because she actually is very self-aware on who she is. So anyways, that's a bit of a digression, but the point is that there are different levels of intelligence. What my husband has mentioned to me is that he was attracted to the fact that I had, I think he referred it to as a presence. So it wasn't something that I walked through with my femininity first. I came through as a person, and we were able to attract each other as people and share experiences, and from there you get to understand someone. So I believe in from his perspective, regardless of the fact that on paper we look opposite, both of us are attracted to the inner workings of each other's personalities and our mindsets. So I think he's interested in the fact that him and I are not the same in the way that I am more logical, and he is very intuitive and very much on the tactile and here and now type of mindset. So an example for that would be, I'm interested in the implications of, say, something happening way down the line when it comes to world events, that type of thing, keeping an eye on that. And he is more like, if it's not in my backyard, I don't care. And so you would think that would be something that would be an opposite where it doesn't work. But for ourselves, I believe that because he is bringing a different perspective and he is interested in knowing other people's perspectives when they're not being thrown down or rammed down his throat, I myself am curious about the idea of what makes him tick and why he's interested in that. And I think the two personalities with the intuition in the forefront really bring things to more of a layer that is unspoken in the attraction. So it's not just, you know, two people that think each other are good looking. It is something that is part of the person's core that you over time find attractive. Again, I've brought up that because he's very confident, I was attracted to him, but this question is about my husband. So I think that, yeah, it was another piece too, is the neediness. INTJ females, I gotta say, even looking at the comments that I've seen, it looks like it's pretty consistent that we are not needy. If anything, we're very independent. And for my ISFP husband, he is also requiring someone who is independent. He doesn't think about it in, you know, direct terms, but the idea of having dependency is something that is not as attractive a trait for him from what I've gathered from our discussions. The idea of being needed is not high on his list. He would rather be show love, care, affection, and have it reciprocated and be genuine with the reciprocation. So that's another big one, is genuineness, because we've spoken before about the idea of superficiality and the lack of interest, I would say, for myself, at least as an INTJ, on having a superficial relationship. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have superficial chats, but usually they have some sort of dark, comedic, sarcastic undercurrent. And my husband and I, that is one thing that is absolutely part of our discussions. If humor would be huge, the fact that he, I believe, finds me attractive because of the fact that we have very compatible humor, it's something that is pretty rare. If you find someone that you actually think is so funny years and years after you've been together, that is a great relationship trait, I feel, in my life. So I hope that answers. It's kind of a little bit around the question, but however, I can't speak to him exactly because I'm not in his brain. I can only speak to what he has brought forward in other conversations. So anyways, always interested to hear how other people feel. I know there's a couple of viewers that also have similar personality MBTI types in their relationship. So if you guys have found something similar in your life or not, it'd be great to hear your comments. And as always, any video requests, just make sure to put video request in the comment section. Thanks so much.